Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Arpita Karwa, and in today's video, I'm going to dive into a topic which is frequently asked in UGC NET English, and you've guessed it right, it is partition literature. India's partition has not only shaped the history, but it also gave birth to some of the most powerful literary pieces. And if you look at partition of India, it wasn't just about the division of the country. It was division of family, lives, and dreams of people. But through all the heartache that people had to go through, some incredible writers rose to capture these experiences, helping us understand what millions of people went through. And in today's video, I'm going to explore the works of these remarkable voices who are collectively known as the partition writers. So let us begin by talking about the very first writer, who is the remarkable Attia Hussain. She was a British Indian author, and she has beautifully captured the condition of Muslim women in the pre-independence India. So you can see partition writing तो है ही, साथ में एक feminism का तड़का भी इन्होंने लगाया है. Her writing wasn't just a reflection of the time that she was living in. It was also influenced by some of the brightest minds of her era, and you'll be surprised to know that her father was friends with the then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. So you can see how closely she must have seen partition, and she would have got those influences from her father and from Jawaharlal Nehru also. She also looked up to the incredible Sarojini Naidu, who is known as the Nightingale of India. In fact, she even attended the All India Women Conference that happened in Calcutta. It was a movement that empowered women across the country. So she was a powerful member of that particular community as well. Now it's time to look at some of the important works of Attia Hussain. You can see the list on your screen. It starts with Phoenix Fled, then we have Sunlight on a Broken Column, Distant Traveler. Then apart from these novels that she has written, she's also published her own cookbooks. So she has written Golden Cooking Guide to Indian Cooking. That is the first one. And the second one is Just Indian Cooking. Now, out of all these works, the most important work that you have to study in detail from UGC NET English point of view, it is Sunlight on a Broken Column. Now, let us look at the plot of this particular work. The story is set in the post-partition India in a town, Lucknow. Now, it follows Leila, who is the main protagonist. She is torn between her desire for freedom and tradition she grew up with. So, you can see tradition versus freedom का एक debate यहाँ चल रहा है. It also showcases how women lived in the pre-independent India, especially through that Janina culture. Basically, क्या था कि there was a separate space for women in the household. So you were not allowed to have a lot of outside influence. So आपको एक अलग तरह से घर पे ही रखा जाता था ताकि आप बाहर ज़्यादा मिलके आप फ्रीडम की आग में भड़क नहीं जाए, ठीक है. So that was how pre-partition India looked like. Now, the major themes of this novel are identity and belonging. Then we saw tradition versus modernity. Then we also saw freedom versus choice. So, ये कुछ major themes है जो continuously आपको दिखेंगे. Another important fact, friend, that the title of this novel is taken from T.S. Eliot's famous poem, Hollow Men. So, this is a very important reference that you should remember. Now, one more thing that I would want to talk about before we move on to the second writer, that I've created a special PDF that summarizes this entire video and provides you with exam-ready notes. So you just have to drop a message on the WhatsApp number that is there on screen, or you can even go to the description box and click on the WhatsApp link, and my team is going to send you that handy PDF. The next writer we are going to talk about is the legendary Khushwant Singh, who was not just a novelist, but he was also a journalist, whose name is so synonymous to the partition of India. I'm sure you must be aware of the iconic novel Train to Pakistan, which was a masterpiece that vividly captured the horrors and human suffering during that time. But what is very, very important to know about Khushwant Singh is that he was just not a storyteller. He was deeply connected to his cultural roots, often exploring the complexities of Sikh identity in his work. So he was just not talking about partition and the challenges. कहीं ना कहीं वो Sikh influence भी आपको उनके works में बहुत dominantly दिखता है. Now, in 1974, he was awarded the prestigious Padma Bhushan. But in a very bold move, he returned it in 1984 against a protest एक ऑपरेशन ब्लू स्टार करके हुआ था एक इवेंट, जिसके से वो सहमत नहीं थे एंड ही प्रोटेस्टेड अगेंस्ट इट, and that is when he returned his Padma Bhushan award and he said that I cannot accept it. Now, Khushwant Singh's sharp wit and biting humor were not only in his novels but also in his essays and columns, where he often critiqued Indian politics and society. So you can understand, अगर कभी क्वेश्चन में पूछा जाए कि ऐसे कौन से राइटर है जिन्होंने essays and columns भी लिखे हैं, then we know that it's Khushwant Singh if he's in the options. And his fearless commentary even today continues to inspire so many writers, especially if you look at the contemporary Indian writers Vikram Seth and Arundhati Roy. They are so much inspired by the writings of Khushwant Singh. Now let us look at some very important works that has been written by Khushwant Singh. So I'm going to give you a chronological list. You can see that on your screen. It starts with Mark of Vishnu and Other Stories, and the last work is Truth, Love and a Little Malice. So these are the works that you should know, at least the names. Now, if you are really wondering कि इतने सारे नाम को chronologically कैसे याद करोगे, then in that case, just remember a mnemonic that I'm going to tell you next. And all these works of Khushwant Singh will be on your tips. So the mnemonic is भगवान विष्णु ने सरदार जी के साथ ट्रेन पकड़ी और स्टोरी सुनाई कि रात को आज पंजाब पहुंच के सबको सच बता देंगे. सो अगर ये एक लाइन आपको याद हो गई है तो इसमें सारे कीवर्ड्स हैं जिसके थ्रू आप पूरा क्रोनोलॉजी याद कर सकते हैं. ओके, नाउ दैट वी नो द क्रोनोलॉजिकल लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल द इंपॉर्टेंट वर्क्स, लेट्स लुक एट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एंड द मोस्ट फेमस वर्क by Khushwant Singh, and that is Train to Pakistan. This is a novel that you have to read in detail. That means अगर आप पूरी novel नहीं भी पढ़ सकते हो तो एटलीस्ट उसका chapter wise summary पढ़ना बहुत ज़रूरी है. So what is this story? Let me summarize it very quickly. It tells the story of a small village that was known as Mano Majra during the 1947 partition. And this village was very, very peaceful because यहाँ पे Sikhs and Muslim दोनों रहते थे साथ में और कोई झगड़ा खुरापात नहीं थी. But everything changed when a train arrived which was filled with the bodies of people killed during the violence. जो partition हुआ उस टाइम की violence में जितने भी लोग मरे थे उनकी bodies उस train में थी. The villagers are forced to face the horrors of hatred and violence, and the novel shows the painful human cost of the partition and how it broke different communities apart. So it's a very, very painful novel, but at the same time बहुत ही eye-opening सा work है. And I have given a detailed video lecture wherein I've explained this entire novel in my online course. And if you're looking for video lectures wherein I explain all these plots in animated way, you can enroll in my online course. We are proud to say that we are India's first animated video course wherein we explain more than 500 important plays, novels and poems in a very engaging manner. For more details, you can check out the description box as well. Now we move on to the last writer, who is Intizar Hussain. Now he is one of the most significant Urdu fiction writers who was born in 20th century. He was born in pre-partition India, and much of his writings reflect a deep sense of nostalgia for a life and culture that existed before this divide happened. Because इस टाइम काफ़ी beautiful था ना India, but partition ने काफ़ी कुछ change कर दिया. So कहीं ना कहीं he, through his writings, he talks about how beautiful the life was before the partition happened. And his works blend history with folklore. And you can feel that longing for the lost cultural values of that time. So आप सोचो उस time पे भी वो बोल रहे हैं कि cultural values नहीं था. तो मतलब I think अगर अभी इंतज़ार हुसैन अभी के time पे कुछ लिखेंगे तो he will really feel कि एक cultural shock की तरह अभी इंडिया में चीज़ें change हो रही है. Intizar Hussain was deeply influenced by the rich traditions of classical Urdu literature and the storytelling style of South Asia. So इन सबको उन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं अपने works के अंदर भी डाला है. His spiritual outlook often incorporates Sufi philosophy, which gives his stories a very unique allegorical flavor. If you've read the book Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, so आप देखोगे उसमें भी यही है कि allegory के through काफ़ी कुछ बताया जा रहा है, and the similar touch you are going to see here as well. Now in 2013, his talent was recognized internationally when he was shortlisted for the Man Booker International Prize, putting Pakistani literature in the global spotlight. So that was a game changer for him. Now, let us look at the important works by Intizar Hussain. I've given the list, the detailed list on the screen. Out of all these works, the three most important works from which in-depth questions are asked in UGC NET are Basti, Aage Samundar Hai, and The Sea Lies Ahead. So basically, Aage Samundar Hai is nothing but the translation of Sea Lies Ahead. So, दोनों का plot line same है. ठीक है, so now let us look at these works one by one very, very quickly. Basti की बात करें तो it is one of the most famous novels of Intizar Hussain, and the story of this novel is set during 1971 Indo-Pakistani War. It follows story of a man called Zakir, who is a teacher who is lost in the memories of the pre-partition India. As Zakir looks back, he remembers a time when people lived together peacefully. But now he feels disconnected, disappointed with how things have turned out. And through Zakir's thoughts, the novel mixes history, mythology, personal experiences to show that the emotional pain was so intense. And it's a powerful exploration of how our past shapes our identity and the struggle to hold on to the memories in a world that changed so much. अब जब आप इसका प्लॉट देखोगे ना, और अगर आपने लुक बैक इन एंगर पढ़ा है, दैट वंडरफुल पोस्ट मॉडर्न प्ले, इफ यू हैव read, then you can actually see कि Jimmy Porter and Zakir में कितनी similarity. And this is how literature kinds of connects two separate cultures together, because all those cultural things, they are talking about the same thread. They are talking about the same emotions, right? Now we move on to the next work, which is Aage Samundar Hai. Now, it is a novel that takes a deep look at the Pakistan's social political landscape in the latter half of the 20th century, and the story follows lives of people who leave their homeland in search of better opportunities. So basically आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा वो diasporic literature वाला भी tint यहाँ पे दिखेगा. But as these people, they try to settle into new lives, they start to miss the past and they struggle with a sense of lost identity. So this novel beautifully captures the feeling of displacement and emotional conflict between chasing new dreams and also at the same time they're longing for comfort of what was left behind. So it's a poignant reflection on how migration changes people and their relationship with home. And finally, we have the last work, which is Sea Lies Ahead, and this is the English translation of Aage Samundar Hai. So we've already looked at the story of Aage Samundar Hai. And this novel, like its original, it dives into the themes of migration, identity, cultural displacement. And the protagonist in this novel is haunted by the memories of the partition and struggles to come in terms with the realities of post-partition life in Pakistan. So through this story, Intizar Hussain, once again, he tries to explore the pain of loss and the never-ending search for a stable identity in a world that is constantly changing. So it's a powerful reminder of how the past continues to shape our present. So आप देखेंगे कहीं ना कहीं again वही theme repeat हो रहा है बार बार, ठीक है? Now, apart from the works that I've discussed in this video, there are many more important partition writers that you should study in order to ace UGC NET English, and there are about 800 plus writers that you have to study for NET exam. The detailed list of these writers are given free of cost on arpitakarwa.com, so you can even go and check out that free list and then you can start preparing for the exams on your own. Okay friends, so now let us look at some previous year questions that have been asked from the partition writing. So the first question is in front of you. As you can see that the option has Train to Pakistan by Khushwant Singh. The correct option is also that. Both Basti and Train to Pakistan, they both deal with the aftermath of partition, focusing on the themes of communal violence and displacement. And these novels provide a powerful portrayal of emotional and the cultural trauma that was caused during the partition. So you can see very clearly from questions like these that in-depth questions are asked from major works like Basti and Train to Pakistan, and therefore it is very, very important to have a strong understanding of these works. So just knowing the names would not be sufficient for major works. So it is important for you to know the entire summary, the plot of the novel and key themes. Now let's move on to the next question, which is asking us to tell which of them is an autobiography of Indian novelist Khushwant Singh. And the correct option is Truth, Love and a Little Malice. Now, this work is an autobiography of Khushwant Singh, wherein he offers a very candid and very humorous reflection on his life, his experiences, and his views on politics as well as society. Next question is asking that in which city is sunlight on a broken column set? And when I was giving you details about this novel, I specifically mentioned that this work is set in Lucknow. So this work of Atia Hussain is set in the city of Lucknow, which is a place rich in culture and heritage. And the novel beautifully captures the city's political and social changes during the time of partition. Since this novel and its setting is also important from UGC NET exam, it is essential to have a very strong grasp on the story and its historical context, right? Now, last but not the least, we have the fourth question in front of your screen, and the correct answer is Imtiaz Hussain. Both the works, Basti and The Sea Lies Ahead, are novels that explore the deep emotional and cultural impacts of partition, migration and displacement. His works are known for their blend of history, mythology and personal reflection. So it's very, very important to know at least the names of the minor works by these writers. If you're looking for more PYQs on these topics, then you can check out our exclusive mock test series, which provides you with 3,000 plus topic-wise, writer-wise questions. Plus, after every test, you get a detailed performance report and your ranking in the All India leaderboard, which will help you to spot your weak and strong areas. That's it from my side for this video lecture. I'll meet you very soon in the next video lecture. Till the time we meet next, happy learning. Keep loving literature and stay tuned to arpitakarwa.com.